Hello, scholars. We're going to be talking about our main idea strategies today. We're going to use a passage about Wolverines. But before we start this lesson, I want to review what those strategies were one more time. So over here to the left, we have our strategy on keywords. Good readers identify keywords so that they can understand the main idea. Don't forget, scholars, our main idea isn't always stated in the text. We have to use information given and come to the main idea with the clues that we are giving. So good readers identify keywords so they can write and understand the main idea. Keywords are bolded sometimes. Sometimes they're repeated or synonyms for them are used in the text. And sometimes they match the heading in the title, but not always. So then good readers also think about the examples and the details in the text to understand the main idea. Again, it's not written for you in the paragraph. You have to think about what the paragraph is giving you and how it all works together and what the main idea may be. So let's look at our text. Main idea and details with the Wolverine passage. So first we're going to read through it and stop after the second, third, and fourth paragraph. And we're going to think about some repeated words and the details given. And we're going to come up with our main ideas. Then when we're all done, we're going to think of a title for this text. What do you know about Wolverines? If you are like most people, then you probably don't know much. You might not have even known that a Wolverine is a real animal. Now, here comes our second paragraph. Be looking for words that are repeated and be thinking about the details so that we can decide what our main idea is. Since most people don't know much about wolverines, they are often mistaken for other animals. One of the many nicknames is skunk bear because they have light stripes similar to a skunk, but they have a stocky body that makes them look like a small bear. If you see a wolverine from a long ways away, you would probably mistake it for bear cub or a skunk. But wolverines have also been mistaken for marmots, foxes, wolves, badgers, and even porcupines. Well, the first word that's repeated a lot is wolverines. I'm going to underline that. And then as I read through there, I noticed that the word mistaken was repeated a lot. And then when we read through the rest of the paragraph, the whole paragraph, the details that they give us were about how wolverines are mistaken for different animals. So for our second paragraph, the main idea would be wolverines are often mistaken for other animals. Let me clean that up a little bit. I need a period at the end of my sentence. And my O and often does not need to be capitalized because it's in the middle of my sentence. So that is my main idea, excuse me, for that second paragraph. So what are some of the details that they gave me, excuse me, that support that main idea? Let's look. Right here it says one of the many nicknames is skunk bear because they have light stripes similar to a skunk, but they have a stocky body that make them look like a small bear. So I'm going to use that detail to support my main idea. I'm not going to use the whole sentence. They have light stripes similar to a skunk. They have light stripe similar to a skunk. All right. That's one of my details. Excuse me, I've had a cold, my little scholars. Okay, so let's look for another detail. That they have a stocky body that makes them look like a small bear. They have a stocky body that makes them look like a small bear. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to copy paste. They have a stocky body similar to a small bear. That is going to be my second detail that I use. So I need a third detail. It says Wolverines. If you see a Wolverine from a long ways away, you would probably mistake it for a bear cub or skunk. But Wolverines have also been mistaken for marmots, wolves, badgers, and even porcupines. Ugh. All those are horrible critters that you don't want to run into. All right, I'm gonna have to copy paste the text box because I cannot get to my text box thing, but I can do that. I'm a problem solver. So that is going to be my last detail that supports the main idea that Wolverines are often mistaken for other animals. Wolverines have also been, what's it say? Mistaken for marmots. I like that word. Foxes, wolves, eek, badgers, and even porcupines. That is a fun word to say. That is the last detail that I'm going to use to support my main idea that Wolverines are often mistaken for other animals. Oh, we did a great job on that. Now, let me duplicate my underlining things because I'm going to need some. Let's look at paragraph number 3. If you ever happen to come across a Wolverine, stay away. Wolverines are ferocious animals despite their small size. Wolverines are about the size of a dog, but they will fight animals much larger than them, like wolves, caribou, moose, and sometimes even bears. They have long curved claws that help them hold onto prey. Wolverines also have strong teeth and jaws and can crush and eat the bones of their prey. Sometimes these ferocious animals even eat the teeth. Okay, that's kind of gross. Okay, again, the passage talks about Wolverines. And this paragraph says ferocious a lot. It talks a lot about how mean they are. So I think a great main idea statement for this paragraph would be simply Wolverines are ferocious animals. Whoops, it's not going to let me. I'm going to have to copy paste. Now, ferocious is kind of a big word for us fourth graders. So we're going to make sure that when we have to spell things we're not sure of, we're going to use what we have to help us. So it's spelled for me in the text, so I can just look over there to be able to spell it right. Please don't give me a capital. I don't want a capital F. Wolverines are ferocious animals. That's what that main idea, or that's what that paragraph was mostly about how ferocious they are. So now we need to figure out what details in the passage support our main idea that wolverines are ferocious animals. So let's look. They will fight animals much larger than them. That is my first detail. I'm going to do some copy pasting. I'm going to do some deleting. They will fight animals much larger than them. What a mean little animal. Whoops, than them. Okay, what is my second detail that would support the fact that wolverines are ferocious animals? They have long curved claws that help them hold on to prey. They have strong teeth and jaws that can crush the bones of their prey. Ew, sometimes they even eat the teeth. Eek. So I think the fact that they have long curved claws that help them hold on to prey, that makes them pretty ferocious. I don't want a wolverine to get a hold of me. Let me do some copy pasting. They have long curved claws that help them hold onto prey. So then the last detail that I'm going to use that supports my main idea that wolverines are ferocious animals is that they have strong teeth and jaws and can crush bones. They have strong teeth and jaws that can crush bones. Eek. All right, let's read our fourth paragraph about wolverines. Wolverines prefer colder climates, and their bodies are perfectly adapted to survive in the cold. Wolverines have webbed paws that spread out, making it easy for them to walk on top of snow. Their thick fur coat is resilient to frost, keeping wolverines warm even through the coldest of winters. Also, wolverines have a good sense of smell. This helps them find potential food that has been buried deep beneath the snow. All right, again, I have to duplicate my line. Wolverines, there's one of our keywords. We know that this passage is all about wolverines, but I've noticed that it has a lot of words there for cold, like colder climates, top of snow, frost. So there's a lot of words there that talk about cold climates and the conditions there. So I'm going to underline the word colder because I think our main idea here would be wolverines have adaptations, and that's a word that we've seen this week, that help them live in colder climates. Let me do some copy pasting. Let me get my main idea down here. Wolverines have, I love using a word that we've learned about this week, adaptations that help them live in colder climates. Go back and do some correcting. Wolverines have adaptations, should be lowercase, that help them live in colder climates. Okay, so now I have to come up with some key details that support this main idea statement. All right. Wolverines have webbed paws that spread out, making it easy for them to walk on top of snow. That's going to be my first detail that supports that main idea. Wolverines have webbed paws that help them Wolverines have webbed paws that help whoops, that spread out. I got that wrong. Wolverines have webbed paws that spread out, making it easy for them to walk on top of snow. Making it easy for them to walk on top of snow. Yes, that is my first detail. I have to do my corrections. That absolutely supports our main idea that Wolverines have adaptations that help them live in colder climates. Okay, so I need another detail. First, I need to get that right. That's bothering me. So I need a second detail to support my main idea. Let's read a little bit more. Their thick fur coat is resistant to frost, keeping Wolverines warm even through the coldest of winters. Yep, that's going to be my second detail. That absolutely supports that main idea. Whoops, I might get to keep they have. Their thick fur coat, no, can't keep it. Their thick fur coat is resistant to frost, keeping Wolverines warm even through the coldest of winters. That detail supports our main idea very nicely. It doesn't type in my box very nicely. I just have to live with it. Whoops. Oh dear. So we have two details to support our main idea that Wolverines have adaptations that help them live in colder climates. We need one more detail. At the bottom of paragraph 3, it says, also, Wolverines have a very good sense of smell. This helps them find potential food that has been buried deep beneath the snow. We're going to have to reword that a little bit. They have a good sense of smell that helps them find food buried beneath the snow. So all of those details absolutely support our main idea that Wolverines have adaptations that help them live in colder climates. So I hope you've seen how we've used a combination of looking at the details and seeing how they support our main idea. And if we didn't know what the main idea was, if we were having trouble getting there, then we could look at the details and think about what they all say, what they are all talking about, and what they have in common, and that's how we get our main ideas. So we've used that, and we've definitely used keywords. The last thing we're going to do is think of a title for our, see if it'll let me do a text box. Yes, is think of a title for our passage. I think a great title would be Wolverines. All right, I hope that you've enjoyed our lesson on Wolverines. I really found this an interesting article. And thank you for listening.